Hey, good morning, everybody. Hydra, Loki, Fuegan. What's going on? And no more bikes. Get a fiver and order 12 more squat bikes. You have to do, or your rep will tank. Yeah, my rep already tanked. It's fine. It's fine. We're done with fiver. Fiver's dead to me. Hold on, guys. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Let's go ahead and get started. Yeah, Fiverr decided that after 2 years and way more than enough sales to be a higher level seller, that I was a new seller. So I say goodbye. Daughter of Cain endless spells. Alright, back to the endless spells, but still Daughter of Cain stuff. Cool, cool. Hey, my mini marvels, how you doing? We're getting some silver here. This little dry brush step. Can't I gotta paint, but I lack the talent. Oh man. Wagon, if only you knew someone. Minis. I've never painted Daughters of Cain minis. I haven't painted most Age Sigmar stuff though. I'm sure you can do it. It's an army. They're GW minis. I don't think most people lack the talent to do it. It might just take a lot of time. Dislike it. I mean, not so bad. Snake people. Be fun painting snake people. Right? It's pretty much what they are, right? Let's see. All right, I'll go take a look at these, and we'll determine if they're worse than Hernkin Pioneers or not. One moment. All right, let's go see. Let's go see. Canary Eye Heart Renders? Is that what they are? Lady's got a tail. What is up with that? I don't think those are any more complicated than like than something like Drukari Scourges. What army are they a part of? Well, they're Order? The Daughters of Cain are part of Order? Huh. The other one you said to look at Blood Sisters? That's just the regular ones, right? Oh, those are the snake ladies. I don't know, those look like fun to paint. Painting scales, good dry brush stuff. I do not like their masks though. Masks are kind of goofy. Those minis look so much simpler than 40k than the Hearthguard. I'm sorry if you're struggling to paint them, but a lot of fun. Yeah, of course. The Dark Elves definitely resemble Order in the world. So I can see why they're part of the Order faction. What's up, Former? How you doing? How's work been, man? Surviving? Honest opinion, I would paint a Daughters of Cain army over another Votan army, or at least more of those bikes. Which ends Total War literally just murder, yeah. Oh man, not great. Transfer to another prison bothers me. Sucks. Well, I hope it starts looking up for you. If things get better or get things figured out. So, speaking of Warhammer, found something yesterday. It's a game on Steam that's free. A free game. Reason they let you Twitch on the internet, yeah. Crazy, right? The freedoms that Former gets. So, yeah, the distance, yeah. So I found this game called Sovl. S-O-V-L is how it's spelled. And yeah, it is Warhammer Fantasy on Steam. And it's free. It's a free game. There are DLCs with other factions, like extra factions that you can pay for. But yeah, the base game itself is free. And yeah, it's literally like you choose your faction, you choose your general that you start with, and you go through a linear campaign a la Mark of Chaos, if you guys remember that game. Hey, Little Paint Pod, thank you so much for the sub, man. Or I've heard Slay the Spires, another comparison like the campaign style. But when you play battles, you just you jump in. It's literally just a board, and the board is either, they said 40 inches by 60 inches or 4 feet by 6 feet, and you play a battle with your army. That's it, and it's rank and flank style Warhammer using D6s and units that are comparable to Warhammer units, like Warhammer Fantasy units. It's crazy how much that game is like Warhammer. And it has a roguelike element to it, which is cool. Every time you finish like a run in the campaign, it's like a 2-act campaign. You unlock more units. Spilled Paint Pot, how are you doing today? I was going to paint some bunch of Zangors, and I was assembling them yesterday, and I have 2 Zangor Shamans to paint as well, and they all sit on discs, but unfortunately I could not get their glue to dry with like the big disc and everything was struggling. So I was going to prime them and everything last night, but wasn't able to get to that step. I didn't want them like falling all over the place when I was in the middle of priming them. So You're stuck with Necrons today, guys. I think we'll hit the ground running with those Zangors tomorrow, though. Work last night till almost 11 p.m. doing budgeting. Ugh. Ugh, that sucks. Okay, birds aren't real. That's true. That's true. Thank you, Choach, for the moment of clarity here. How do we process the tip? So yeah, I highly recommend the game Soval. I think it's pronounced Soval. Yeah, having a ton of fun with that. Doing the dry brushing on these guys. Nice. More based around them and less about their dust marines. Yeah, it's weird that Thousand Suns are based around, you know, the Thousand Suns Space Marines. Not some random creatures that just, like, follow them around. But no, hopefully whenever they get their codex, there's like a Zangor-style detachment. That would be cool. The GW has this thing about, they hate that people take Zangors in a Thousand Sun army. But then they put Zangors in every box set for Thousand Suns that you can buy, outside of like just the regular unit boxes. They make the rules bad so you won't take them, and then they expect you to buy 30 of them every time you get a like a combat patrol, or I don't even know if the combat patrol has them anymore, but all those like holiday sets and everything, they tend to have a ton of Zangors in them. If it's wild, not just dollars and equipment. Second. I'll read your book in a minute. Spilled pink pot. Uh, 10% accuracy on my work my team has done for the year. No project by hours. Oh wow. Okay. Huh. Word on changing established Warhammer lore. Yeah, retcon. That's normally the word for changing the lore of a setting, like anything. Like, they retcon Armon to be a Zangor? Alright, that's cool. All Thousand Suns turn into Zangors after so long. you suggesting any inconsistent GW's pricing, balancing, or yeah. GW never be inconsistent about things like that. All right. Well, I will say, Stoneless B, the last combat patrol was Ahriman, 10 Rubrics and 10 Zangors, so not quite as many Zangors, but it did have Ahriman and Zangors in it, so... Okay. Dry brushing done. Next thing we're doing is getting some white here. We're going to paint all the little glowy bits on everybody. His face looks like a wrinkled up blanket. Okay. Really simple. It's going to be 2 coats of white. All these things that we're going to have. Go green. Should have spent my morning shaking that Tesseract glow paint because it's going to take so much effort to get that paint and pigment mixed together. Magnus and full Zangors. How many Zangors? I don't own any Zangors. The Zangors I'll be painting tomorrow are a commission. These little bulbs here. Why would someone want me to paint stuff for a commission? Former, sometimes people don't have the time to do things, or you just don't enjoy that part of the hobby. And so I take over that part for them.
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your home.
Hey, peanut butter and bacon, what's up? How are you doing? And thank you for the follow. What are you doing, Zangors? Oh, is that your question? Oh, okay. Because I don't play Thousand Suns in 40k. Not bad, just painting lurking. Well, cool, man. Well, thanks for coming to hang out. I appreciate it. I just chill and paint. That's what I do. I really want to show off this game I found yesterday called Soval. But we'll see. See, I don't know about a weekday video game stream. I haven't done that in age. How often does your brush touch an unintended area? What's your advice to clean up your mess? Alright, so wheat streams. It happens, I don't know, every once in a while. I don't know of a rate, but When it does that, there's one of two things. So either I notice that it's a spot that I'm going to paint over anyway, so I ignore it, and then because I'll paint over it later, or it's a spot that I already painted, and what you do real quick, so let me show you here. Oop, I painted that. Rinse your brush, get it wet, saturate the water, the place with water, the spot with water, and you start soaking it up. Move that pigment around so it doesn't dry. Just like that. You gotta move quick though, that's the thing. Move quick. That's all you gotta do. Get your brush wet, saturate the whole spot. There. Good as new. Is 400 points not disturbing the theme too much? Yeah, Moodle the Vortex Beast might be something. What else? Paint this little thing. Okay, I think that's it. That guy. So we'll go back through and we'll do a second coat. Yeah, something I've noticed, I feel like YouTubers and like high-end painters are way too concerned about when it comes to painting is losing detail with layers of paint. I've seen that mentality, like, you know, you make a mistake or you paint too many layers on a miniature, like, oh, you're gonna lose all your detail and your miniature's just gonna look like a blob. But I have, with a normal painting experience, that's never going to happen. You make mistakes, you can cover them with paint. It's fine. Don't strip down the mini just to cover it back with those same colors or whatever. Like, you're not going to ruin detail by layering paint. Especially not on something like Games Workshop miniatures. The details are so like heavily sculpted into the miniatures. That's never going to be a problem. How often do you cry while painting miniatures? I'm going to say infrequently. When painting, so somebody's showing some angry tears. Yeah. Hey, Groovy, what's up, man? You can never ruin a model with paint. There you go. Yep. Heresy for heretics. Yeah. That is an amazing line. It doesn't have anything to do with painting, yeah. Lost our best. Oh, I'm sorry about that. That sucks, man. Okay, 2 of the Orphidians down. Alcohol bath because I'm happy with it. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay to do that. I've had minis I'm unhappy with, and I just re-prime them, re-base coat them, and paint over it. Said you're not going to ruin minis by putting a couple more layers of paint on it. Night Ninja, how you doing? What's going on? To catch a flight for a work trip. All right. The Night Ninja, you're Votan, right? You're the one with all the bikes that I was painting. Is that right? If you've been watching my streams, I'm sorry if I've been crying over them a bunch. Those minis are a crazy ton of effort to paint. Ton of effort to paint. Yeah, no, it's fine. I whine about it, but I get it done. It's all right. Yeah, everything's basically done. I'm just I have a few like finishing details I want to put on stuff. I'll message you when everything's done. And if you're still gone on your work trip, let me know and I can wait to ship. I can try to make sure it gets there like when you're actually home. If that's something you want to do, you don't want your mini sitting on the porch or whatever for a week. Dunk them several times, mini will be fine. Yeah. Dunking's a little different because your layer is going to be way thicker. But yeah, you can dunk your minis a couple times. Back this Friday. Okay. Yeah, it should be fine then. Hoping to have them out by Friday. Right. Yeah, you're right, Groovy. Yeah. You can't wait for them to get them on the table just in time. Your Iron Stormlets got nerfed, yeah. Yeah, and Votan got a little boost. I don't think they got many changes in the actual rules, but having those new units, the new infiltrators really helps them a lot. Super cheap. You could just message me and I could have told you about some super cheap 25 mil bases. Cool though. Yeah, 80 point for an infiltrator unit. Yeah, definitely. For an army that, yeah. That's could really just get stuffed in a corner, right? Twice as many bases for half the price. Yeah, there's a it's a website called, I think it's Wargame Base World, and they sell bases, and they're probably a quarter of the price of Green Stuff World. A store woman came in trying to return some towel. Credit card. We got a can of Krylon. Oh no. Oh no, groupie. Typical Tau player. That is. Hold on. Let me pull up the website here just so I know. Yeah, it's all one word, former, wargamebaseworld.com. There you go. That's it. You know, the Spear can't just refund. Yeah. I just want to say hi. Yeah, Night Ninja. Hey man, enjoy the trip. Hopefully everything goes well, and yeah, hopefully you'll be seeing your minis. You have your minis this time next week. I buy a ton of bases from that website. Because I had to rebase my whole Old World army. But I also got 25s. Circle from there, I have 40 mil circles and 32 mil, and their 64.5 mil circles, which are their 60 mil bases that GW has. So I have definitely used a lot of the circle bases. Dork Depot, how you doing, man? It's been a while. How have you been? How's life been treating you? You buy 1,000 bases? I mean, if that's what you need, man. It's not that expensive, right? Finally doing the Great Gargant. You're finishing him up. Nice. Interesting? Okay. Well, I hope it's been good interesting. Soon he'll be ready to waddle across the battlefield. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, I think it's time to start on the second coat of white here. You got a new truck out of the interesting? Okay. Oh, I can probably guess what's going on, but yeah. Go to Arizona for a couple days, spend time with a buddy. Learn better blending and glazing. Oh, nice. That's really cool. I told you, former. Place is cheap. Like I said, I based my whole Old World army using that website. I've put a couple orders in with them at this point because the best place to find cheap bases. Raja, how you doing? Auto pay stuff. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. You getting settled in at all? To the new house? The Dork Depot, you were in Arizona. How hot was it? I heard it was like 116 degrees the other day. This sounds miserable. No, I don't think they sell those kind of flight stand. If you're talking about like the big ones, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure what kind of flight stand things they sell. 105 to 110 degrees. That's awful. Absolutely awful. Oh wow, it's been that hot in Vegas too. Dang. You guys need to chill out. Literally and, you know, figuratively, but... Oh, dang it. Do I have a mod? Bots take advantage of me. I thought I used Restream. This guy. This and this. Where's my chat? There's my chat. Alright. Playing your first Armada game tonight? Nice. Who are you playing against? Do you find someone local? Until Sunday, over 110 we get relief. It goes down to 107. That's the relief. That's ridiculous. Hey, so group in Cincy. Nice. I know some Cincy Armada players, and I have a good friend who lives in Cincy who was a very good Armada player. I don't know if he's still playing or not, but... That's cool, though. Yeah, I met some dudes in Cincinnati once to, trying to get games to prep for Worlds. So I drove all the way to Cincinnati to go play some games with some good players down there. No shipping to check yet. Oh no, oh, that sucks. Do the Chinese and the Czechs have some beef or something? Yes? Oh, okay. Okay. There you go. It's out of spite then. Retired 11B, how you doing? Hope you're having a good Tuesday morning. Just making mistakes on their paint, so I'm correcting it right now. Trying to avoid melting? Yeah. Like you are not alone in that. It's 104 in Oregon yesterday? Weird. That's crazy. I'm glad the Midwest isn't getting hit like that. Hopefully it doesn't come this way. That's too much. Too much. 104 Fahrenheit. Which I don't even know what that is in Celsius. Is that like 40s, in the 40s Celsius? Maybe? Maybe in the 50s Celsius? I don't know. It's halfway to boiling. When you're at 140. The Celsius is weird. Actually, it's the Fahrenheit that's weird. I know. You miss the Midwest. Weird. Not a statement I hear a lot. I don't get the reference. My Mini Marvels didn't logistically work out. Ah, sucks. That's too bad. Alright, here we go. This horrible paint. Look how this stuff separates. Look at that. This green is all like solid pigment. Do you hear it shaking? There are agitators in there that are stuck in this pigment. Hey, retired 11B. I know you're a Warhammer Fantasy player. So, also, hey, Joe and War Machine. What's up, guys? I found a game on Steam. It is a free game, free PC game. There are some DLC you can buy for like $5 each. But it is literally Warhammer Fantasy in a PC game. It's called Sovl. S-O-V-L. And it's like old school Warhammer Fantasy, but it's very simple to learn. Like all the difficult calculations and like measuring and angles, all that stuff is like in the game, so you don't have to like figure any of that out. Yeah, please do. It is incredible. There is a there's online multiplayer, there's skirmish matches against the AI, and there's a campaign system. It's called the Trail of Death, I think is what it's called. And the campaign is like it's like, people call it like Slay the Spire. I've never played Slay the Spire. I remember the old Mark of Chaos Warhammer game where the campaign was like on rails. S-O-V-L. That's it. 4 letters. So you would like play a battle, maybe play another battle, and then you'd like go to camp and it's perfectly legal. It's its own thing. It's legally distinct. It's a legitimate game. And your units gain veterancy, so you end up adding troops to the units or making them have higher weapon skill, ballistic skill kind of thing, more like strength or defense. And then you can hire new units, and then you go to other battles, and it's like once you finish a run, which is it's a 2-act campaign, you unlock higher difficulty, and you also unlock units that you can recruit like in the skirmish level or in the campaign and stuff. So there's a little bit of like a roguelike element to it, but it's amazing. I did 2 run-throughs yesterday when I found the game, and I played it's almost shaken up entirely. Still see that green separated. I did a run as the undead nation, so vampire counts, and then I did one as the it's like the Deepwood Guardians, so the Wood Elves, which is a DLC, but it's like a $5 for the faction or whatever. But for a free game, yeah. Nova Killer, how you doing? Just here shaking paint. I have like 4 or 5 agitators in this. Okay, that's probably about as good as it's gonna get. So there. Put some of this stuff down on the pallet.
I believe every day's a good day when you paint.
Hey, thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. Whoa, Luke B81 and Creeps. Thanks for the sub, guys. What's going on? Welcome to the stream. Agitators sound like heresy? Nah, agitators are good. I recommend glass agitators.
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for
they
allowing
are
me back into your home.
Yeah, they don't like rust or anything. So if you buy the glass ones. Welcome, guys.
Let me take just
Who
a
are
moment
these
to thank you
strangers
for
coming in and subbing and
home.
following my channel? Welcome in. All right, we are on, and just to remind everybody, these Necrons are like a speed paint, kind of like a very simple color scheme of mine. This is not like there's nothing crazy fancy about the colors involved or anything like that.
To thank you for allowing me back into
Nova
your
Killer,
home.
thank you for the follow. Is it because I'm talking about Sovil? That's what it is, right? Craziest thing though, I was playing this game, and my wife saw me playing it, and she was watching me play it. She's like, "What's this game called again?" I was like, "It's called Sovil," and she's like, "This game looks like a lot of fun." And I was like, "Well, cool, it's free. You should get it." So she downloaded the game. I think she's gonna try to play it tonight. But it's weird. My wife despises, maybe not despises, but she cares not for anything Warhammer related. And then she sees Sovil, and I'm like, this is Warhammer Fantasy, right? Just on PC. And she's like, okay. So. Are you guys in the hobby? Nova Killer, Reeps, and Luke? What's going on, guys? What you guys up to? You guys play Warhammer? I kind of want to paint some other stuff here. I was going to... You ruined that game for your wife? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. She said she's going to try it. She said it looked like fun. Just working? Lame. Oh, so Zen, I've been wanting to tell you about this. I found this game yesterday. It's called Sovil. S-O-V-L. It is a free game on Steam. And it's, you're playing Warhammer Fantasy Tabletop, but on PC. And you play against the AI, and there's like a little bit of a roguelike element, and there's like progression, and you level up your units and everything. Yeah, it's super cool. I know you're not like big into like fantasy settings and stuff, but no. It's legally distinct. The I was reading the developer of the game was actually he was working on a tabletop version of Soval. So like a very simple like Warhammer style rank and flank game. Get out of here, former. What are you doing, man? Also, rip that dog, right? That dog pass away. Back in the hobby after 25 years, holy cow. I've only been in the hobby for like 22 years, so I feel old here most of the time. But welcome in, Nova Killer. That's cool though. That's cool getting into it with your kids. Like that's something I look forward to. Like I played a game of 40K with my son, and I told him when he can read well enough, we'll start learning the actual rules to 40K. And so I think he got to that point like this summer. He's been doing a good job with his reading, so we played a little game. We plan on playing another game soon. Building up Necrons and Custodes, nice. I don't have a Custodes army, but I do have a Necron army. A little game of OPR. We did play OPR like a year or two ago. It was alright. The gameplay for OPR isn't like my favorite. It was alright. I asked what game he wanted to learn. He wanted to learn 40K specifically. Like that is what he wanted, so yeah, if you guys ever have questions about like collecting or painting or anything, just feel free to ask. Seems like we frequently get new and returning hobbyists. Very frequently, actually, so. I said, paint scheme is very simple, but that, aside from varnish and basing... Oh, hold on. Is a finished mini. The varnish will do a lot on this mini, though. Not like them Tyranids. Okay, yeah. I was like, what are you... Yeah. Went with Sisters. Okay, cool. Sisters minis look really cool. Big fan. For newbies to old hands most of the time. Yeah, less baggage. That's fair. Feel about dry brushing? You agree it's the most fun? It is the most fun way of brushing. I will agree with that. I remember learning about dry brushing for the first time, I think, reading a White Dwarf magazine back in like 2004 or something. And yeah, I decided to completely change my Warhammer army because I saw that Dark Elves all wore chainmail, which was the perfect thing to dry brush. So, yeah, I started collecting a Dark Elf army solely for the purpose of dry brushing. Back for the old world, availability of mods, put that on hold. Yeah. I'm a big fan of the old world. And I have yet to play a game, but I painted about 3,000 points so far of old world minis. My mini marvels, I have used a vortex mixer. That was like a year and a half ago. Not this past like Christmas, but the one before. Painting Wife actually got me one for a Christmas gift, and we looked up got like a name brand vortex mixer and got everything. I hated it. I absolutely hated the vortex mixer. It was way too loud, and I could not use it on stream, and it just vibrated my whole desk. I like, my room is underneath my son's bedroom. I would not be able to like use that thing in the evenings without waking this kid up. It's crazy loud. It also didn't mix paint very well. I tried it with the ultimate test, which was the Tesseract Glow, and it didn't do anything. Didn't mix it at all. And on top of that, I read from Jason from Monument Hobbies that they recommend not using vortex mixers for their paint because it overmixes them, or there's a good chance of them being overmixed. Is apparently not good, so... Another question, OP already played basic or with the advanced rules? I don't remember. Is the Pale Sand by Vallejo the best paint for dry brushing? I don't know, never used it. Never used it. A lot of dry brushing. Yeah, dry brushing's great. No, it's an amazing technique. I'm a huge fan. Hey, back again. Welcome. Guys, guess who's back? Back again. Always great to have people joining us on YouTube. It seems like YouTube doesn't care for paint streams that much, but that's alright. What? How many children do I have? One? If it starts getting weird, man, we're not gonna... Yeah, I guess I am called the painting dad, so that does kind of telegraph that I have at least one kid. Yeah. Don't you have 1,000 sons? Ha 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 ha. Oh, that joke, I do. You're right. Alright, 2 of the Orphidians going 1,000 children, yep. I don't have any Emperor's children, though. But the Emperor does have a lot of children. You okay back again? I am in my 30s. I feel like an old man. Have shoes older than you? Yeah. This part. After we finish all these, we'll kind of do a little once over, make sure we got everything. Restream bot holder. That's not the bot. You can see after it tells you the name of the person that's chatting. Because I am streaming on Twitch and YouTube back again, using a program called Restream. And Restream is nice enough to connect the chats between Twitch and YouTube. That was my biggest concern about streaming on both platforms. But Restream has a nice way of dealing with that. How many Primarchs did the Emperor create? Well, 21 would be the technical number. Zen, how you doing today, man? Are there only 9? No. Depends on how much of a heretic you are. Just working? Lame. Work been busy. right. Which was strange on Monday. Yeah, he did cancel last night. Yeah. Yeah, he posted it. He has a, you have to opt in on his Discord channel. Or his Discord server into, like, notifications. And he notifies the people that, like, opt into it. Because he doesn't like sending, like, channel-wide or server-wide notifications. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Back again, Primarchs are characters in the Warhammer 40k setting. Created by this dude called the Emperor of Mankind. They're basically demigods. Cool lore. Fun stuff. Very grim dark, though, so... No, worth reading up. Painting good. Thank you, I appreciate it. Do you paint minis, or are you in the hobby at all? Anything like this, or you just find the stream and you're hanging out? Either one is cool. Do you play games? Sorry, I don't understand that question. Back again. What's your credit score? It's enough. I hate credit scores. Credit scores are the biggest scam in America. Well, considering your healthcare affects your credit score. No. A credit score former is this thing that came around in like the 90s. I get a credit card at the age of 14. Yeah, a credit score is a thing that tracks your debt. And it's like private companies that track your debt. And how well you pay off that debt and how much debt you have and all that stuff. And they give you basically a number value based on how well you can stay in debt, and you can also pay off your debt. You have to do both of those things. And banks use it to determine whether you're worth loaning money to, or maybe loaning money at a better interest rate if you have a better credit score. So yeah, it's a thing that if you have no debt, you have a terrible credit score. Yep. Whether you're a good mark or a chump, yeah. Listen, they're both scams, Wagon. They're both scams. But the credit score was something made up by companies in the 90s. And what's crazy is it's almost impossible to figure out what exactly constitutes like a good credit score. It's like purposefully kept like vague. Some of the things though that do affect your credit score is like how much debt you're in. But it's not like if you pay off all your debt, it doesn't make your credit score go up. If you go debt free, like you're in debt and you go debt free, it actually makes your credit score go down. Because You know, again, it's private companies and banks and stuff. They want you to be in debt to have the good credit score. So doing things like you know, paying off your credit card every month, or finishing paying off a car, like all of those things make your credit score go down. It's good debit or credit. They're kind of two different things. Like debit involves like just taking money out of your bank, and credit is like, but that's like the bank paying for you with you promising to pay the bank later, basically. No. Then you won't rack up debt if you have a debit card, not a credit card. You don't have to have a credit card to have a credit score. You just have to have debt and paying off that debt. Also, consistently checking your credit score lowers your credit score. Need to go. All right, back again. I will see you another time when you come back yet again. But have a great one. Thanks for chatting, man. Yeah, you negotiate for better rates, but it doesn't mean it's not a scam. You know, we talk about, I know a couple years ago, China implemented the social credit score, you know? You like, people get grades based on their behavior in public and everything, and that determines, like, if they can take out, you know, like loans, or they can, like, interact, basically. That's a credit score. US has been doing that for 25 or plus years. I'll stream tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern, in Eastern Daylight Time. That'll be my next time streaming. Why would I go to debt when I'm responsible with my money? I have enough to pay for it. Yeah, it's big purchases. It's like if you want to buy a house, so it's very unlikely most people will ever save up the money they need to buy a house pay for a house with cash. So you need to get something called a mortgage, which is a loan to pay for your house. And if you don't have a credit score, like, companies won't give you a mortgage. You have school. I'm sorry about that. Well, let me on. I'm sure I'll see you sometime. Yeah, China's so backwards and dumb. Look, they have credit scores. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, yeah, my wife and I, we have no debt aside from our mortgage, and um yeah, like, our credit score, it just fluctuates all the time, and it just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what's going on. I guess chess pieces I did. Okay. All right, see you back again. The life debt of house ownership. Yeah. It's alright though. We bought our house when the market was at its worst in like 30 years, back in 2012. And you know, for how great it is, our mortgage is super low, and our house is worth about almost 4 times at least what our mortgage was. You subscribe. Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate that. Here, here's to get a loan on a house between 10 and 15% of the total amount. Yeah. Do you have to pay interest though? You have to pay interest on your loan, right? Because the thing about having a high credit score here is, yeah, it gets you a cheaper loan. Because, you know, and their logic is they know that you can pay your debt because you have a higher credit score. So if there's less risk, then they can, you know, charge less. Because it means they know they're going to get their money. Only 1 year left on the loan. Nice. Yeah, we did get the 30-year mortgage, but our interest rate is so low and our mortgage is so cheap that we're just like, there's no point in paying it off early. You know, we've paid off some other things, like, you know, early and stuff, mainly student loans and all that, but there's just really not a point in paying off the mortgage early because our interest rate is under 4% or whatever, and bought a house when it was move-in ready. Totally not that. The damage from neglect is unreal. Yeah. Right. Yeah, we bought our house from people that like flipped homes. It was like back in like 2012. That was like a huge thing people were doing. And yeah, for move-in ready, our house fell apart real quick. So we have put a lot of money and time and sweat into this house. Here's the 20-year at a great rate. The pool is a black hole. Yeah. Oh, it's the wife's pool. Okay. Yeah, we don't have any big like money sinks in our house except for the house itself. All right, easy peasy. Aside from basing, which we can just do the basing now, right? Whole credit score thing sounds backwards. Without any debt, you should have a high score. Yep. Yeah, I was very much a fan, like when I was younger, of like, I'm just not gonna have any debt. Like, we'll pay a mortgage, but like, you know, we had 2 old cars, and I was like, we can just save up and buy cars with cash. You know, we try to do that whole thing, and you really don't get anywhere without a high credit score. And if you don't have debt, yeah, you don't get a score. You just have a crappy credit score. Be less, so you take longer to pay it off. And make more money via interest. Yeah, yep. Okay. Let's try basing some minis. Get back to something. Look at this nasty container. It's got a purpose. Okay, there's my Necron sand. Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice, you're a raptor. Said the only reason we have credit cards is to we pay it off every month, and we just get a whole bunch of points. So the bank pays us a couple $100 every couple months to have a credit card. So okay, so I'm using this stuff. Gaming Scenics Fast Drying Basing Glue. Put a whole bunch down on our little lid there. We're gonna take a brush. Oh yeah, yes! Zen's playing Soval. Guys, we got him. We got him. There we go. My job here is done. Zen, it has online multiplayer and like army builders and stuff. Yeah. And you can get every DLC for $20. Which I did. Because I did not expect the game to be free. I was like, yeah, I'll pay $10-15 for this game, and it was free, and I was like, okay. I was like, but I want to play as Wood Elves. Guys, Zendrall27 is a Warhammer Fantasy player. Just like that. Soval is a, alright, it's a free game on Steam. It's free. It is a, basically Warhammer Fantasy. I think most of the rules in the game are old Warhammer Fantasy rank and file rules. But it's at like a, quote-unquote unique setting. There just happens to be Ratkin and Deepwood Guardians and Lizard People, and dwarves and the Empire of Man and all this stuff. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, here's what we do with this. Put on a big thick layer of glue. It's going to sit for about 10 minutes. That's it. After that 10 minutes, we're going to dip it here. Yeah, Soval is a lot of fun. It has like some like little roguelike elements. But what's cool is in the campaign, your regiments, as you go on, they earn experience and they level up. And so one of the things I was messing with the Wood Elves is they have a unit called the Deepwood Guard. It's Eternal Guard, spearmen. They have spears and shields, but they have an upgrade you can buy for them to give them longbows. So your spearmen, who are like your frontline infantry, can get bows, and it's just like, you're being very Wood Elf, where you just keep getting more and more archers. Yeah, you basically turn to Lothran Seaguard. And there is a High Elf faction, and the High Elf faction has Lothran Seaguard anyway. I think they're called City Guard or something, but yeah, so I did a run last night, because there's like a roguelike element to it, and the campaign is like really short, that you do it in like, an hour or two. And when you complete it, you unlock more units for that faction, and more difficulties and stuff. But I was playing as Wood Elves, and my entire strategy was how many bows can I fit. So I ended up with my bodyguard unit was Deepwood Guard, and I gave them bows. They ended up with 30 models in the regiment by the end of the campaign.
Stay on target.
Oh, sorry. Here we go. Thank you for reminding me. Let's move this over. I got a couple units of archers, and I got some Glade Riders, which are, fast cavalry archers. And yeah, by the end of it, I was just archering down everything. It felt good. That final mission felt real good. When I went into combat, I think melee, one time. You gotta put this glue on pretty heavy. What's gonna happen with this glue is as it starts to dry out, it doesn't dry out solid, it dries out tacky. Sticky. But it'll start to turn clear around the edges, where it starts to dry out first around the edges of the base. That's when we know it'll be ready. Ready to dip in our basing material. Yeah, they have most Warhammer Fantasy factions. They don't have a straight up Demons faction yet, or a Dark Elves. There's no like Chaos Dwarves. Yeah! This is not Elmer's. This is not Elmer's glue. This is Geek Gaming Scenics Fast Drying Basing Glue. What faction are you playing as, Zen? My current favorite faction to play as in 40k or fantasy. Well, fantasy, I'm always a fan of either like undead or Imperials. Okay. Yeah, dude, $5 DLC though is worth it. Chaos looks really cool. Their units are like, they have tons of like heavy armored units. It's like everybody is just like super elite. So I have a Vampire Count's army for the undead for fantasy or for the old world. 40k, I'm probably a big fan of like Drukhari. I think it's more the aesthetic of their minis and the way they play in game. Then like, you know, I'm not like a sadist or whatever that likes Drukhari because, you know, whatever, but I like being a hipster, playing the army nobody else plays. 40k between Chaos and Nids. Age of Sigmar Daughters, Cain, and Slaves. Okay, cool. A little more of this glue on here. Yeah, and Zen, if you have a question, they actually have a rules reference to tell you what all the keywords do, because it's really hard to look up, like in the middle of a battle, what particular like rules do what, or like how things work. And if you're in a campaign and your unit gets destroyed or routed, it still survives. It'll just like heal one mini, and it'll come back with like one model. And you can pay to, you know, to replenish and everything. It is very bare bones, yeah. But it's really good. Another thing is, if you want to recruit new units in the campaign, they're very expensive. So, it really is a difficult decision between fully replenishing regiments and getting the money from them. The money is very tempting. Because when you go in and there's like a unit and it's 500 gold. Yeah. Playstyle wise, it was Daughters play similar to Drukhari. Okay. Speedy Shimish. Okay. No, the game is very basic. There's no actual models. It's just bricks, just blocks of formations. It's like base sizes, and they tell you the regular infantry are on 25mm square bases, and the board is a small board is 40 inches by 60 inches. The large board is 48 by 72. The game is Warhammer Fantasy. Shenanigans. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, they're Dark Elves, right? Lock beyond access. Yeah, what else? There's some other things. Okay, no, they don't have a workshop page, but so I am applying this stuff. Geek Gaming Scenics Fast Drying Basing Glue. And we're gonna put them on there, and then let me show you. And I have this stuff. This is Geek Gaming Scenics. This is their base ready material. And this one I put some crystals in it. And I'll show you what this does, because this guy right here, you see the edges are starting to dry out, which is what we want. So all we're going to do, we're going to take this mini, and we're just going to dip him in there like that. We're going to let him sit for a couple seconds, just to try to help the material bond there, or like stick to it. And gently tap it off. Anything comes out and leaves gaps, we can just go back over. There we go, we got sandy base. It'll look different by the time I seal it and put varnish on it, but set that to the side. Some of these larger rocks have trouble kind of gripping too, but I think there's a good enough ratio to where you can get lots of... We're not doing Kofi anymore. We don't do Kofi anymore, Oberion. If you guys are members on Kofi, I would politely ask that that you go just sign up on Patreon instead. Kofi's payment structure means I lose like 20 to 50% of the money you guys give. 20-man squad at greenskins and melee. Yeah, yeah. Basic units aren't terrible for that, but like, yeah, there's a whole thing about you know, use your archers, you whittle them down, and then you charge in. You just gotta tap the extra off, that's it. With this next guy. Let that sit for a moment. You have coffee, yeah. I haven't had coffee in a couple days. Maybe tomorrow. Oh, Barry on Loki, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you signing up on Patreon. You should be seeing a battle report maybe today. Yeah, I think today we'll be putting a battle report up, and then we might be recording next podcast episode very soon. So Patreon members get to listen to the podcast episodes before everybody else, about a week, and YouTube videos also, they get early access. So thank you so much, man. Nova, yes, I am spraying on top of this. I'm going to spray isopropyl, or actually I use droppers. I drop isopropyl, and then they have a sealant. It's their own like branded sealant, but it's just PVA glue and water. Yeah, so isopropyl and sealant, but that's well after this dries. It'll probably be tonight or something when I do that. And then I'll paint the base rims, and then I'll varnish everything with a matte varnish, and which will help hold the basing material, but also gets the color and the durability I want on the actual Necron, so they end up looking like this. Don't want to listen on YouTube. It is on Podbean, your Raptor. So I'm not sure, like, I'm still trying to figure out, like, Podbean and how it works and everything. I know I can, like, distribute my podcast to other platforms. I think I might just have to have an account on those platforms and everything.
Let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your home.
Hey, Happy Loves Pancakes. Welcome. Welcome. And Marcus Day, how you doing this morning? It's still morning. Yeah, I like my Necrons. They're simple. They're simple, but they I think they look pretty good. Look good on the table, like really dark with like little bits of glowing color. I really enjoy. Yeah. Yeah, the my evil Necron rocks poking out. There, last one. Eliminators, Blade Guard, and Judiciary yesterday. Nice. Nice. I do have some primed and base coated Eliminators. I'm a bit tired of painting Ultramarines for the moment, so... Necrotic damage? Yes, yes. Good layer of the sand there so nothing's poking through. But yeah, there we go. That is the progress I can get done on those guys during this stream today. Ooh, Crossing Fields of Bone? Yeah. You talk about the skull set from GW? That set's amazing. Let me see this up real quick. I don't think I have an actual link, but that is a way to look up the podcast without YouTube. So there's Podbean. And it's just on Podbean and YouTube, so I have to like make accounts on all these other sites to listen to. But what ways do you guys listen to podcasts? Because I listen to podcasts. It used to be the Google Podcast app, but now it's YouTube. What do you guys listen to podcasts on? Oh, okay, O'Barry. Dude, just message me on Discord. Send me a message on Discord. And I'll definitely talk about pricing and stuff. Yeah. And I just made you sign up for Patreon. Yeah. I hate loan companies. Yes. Yes. So say we all. Okay. So, let's see. I'm going to take a quick break, guys. And, oh, thanks, you're a Raptor. Yeah, I appreciate it. And like I said, I think we might have a new one coming very soon. We're going to talk about, like, our post-tournament podcast. So, free member. Nice. Okay, cool. Well, thank you, man. Patreon is good for me, and you like people always promote Patreon because like when someone subscribes on Twitch, you know, you give the $5 or now it's like $6. The you pay that plus tax, and then the creator gets like 50% of the original price at most. Sometimes, or a lot of the times, it's less than that based on whatever reason Twitch has for it. They don't like explain super well like what causes certain amounts not to be the full 50%, but you get at most 50% from Twitch with a Twitch sub. Patreon, it's, you know, the flat amount that you have, and then the creator gets 90% of that. So Patreon only takes 10%. So it's a big difference in the amount of money that like the creator gets, which is why like people push it so much. And you can do a lot of things with Patreon that's neat, but yeah, it's a lot more beneficial for the creator for Patreon. That's why you hear so much about it. 40 minutes on the phone ultimately got nowhere. That sucks, right? Alright guys, I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Alright, I'm back. Thank you for your patience. Okay. What? Okay, I have an idea. Guys. Since we're talking Warhammer and I'm trying to find things to do, we're gonna paint this guy. A little Grim Reaper self here. That's what I'm gonna do. So, yeah, let's do that. I need, let's see. I do have a bunch of Zangors to paint, but they're not primed yet. These things are actually kind of weird to assemble. They took a while. It was getting this disc on the little floaty part, the weird not flight stand. Okay, let's start with Black Legion Contrast. I'll put that over this guy. Probably look up a picture of this mini too, just to make sure. Just like that, all my Necrons are painted. Guy is a Karen Wraith. Belongs with my Vampire Count's army. Okay. Just a simple coat of some black. Change that up. Some more things, but I am going to look up this mini just to make sure. Oh yeah, that's how they paint it. Okay. Might do something similar to that. Can do next. It's metallic color. Did I lose everybody to Soval? Everybody just move over and start playing that game. Yeah. Guess my job here is done. Okay, you sent me a message. I did see I had a message from a couple people on Discord, so... What a good, like, dead wood look. Let's start with some brown gray. Try to zoom through this mini real quick. Hey, Gosu, what's going on, man? My day started, slept for like 11 hours. That's awesome. Two price points, one Vanguard kit is mentioned, and about a customized Hive Tyrant. Okay. Cool. I can figure that out. I have a couple pricings I need to figure out for some people, so. Hey, Murdoch, what's going on? What are you doing today? Yeah, I like what they did. Okay, so everybody's just waking up right now then. That's what's happening. So let's see. A bit of a glaze. I think what blue color to use. I think this will be good. Almost dinner time, yeah. Almost lunchtime here. Yeah, Gosu, I convinced everybody to go play a game, and now they're all playing that instead of watching my stream. So. Some video games, yeah. Well, I was telling people about a game. It's called Sovl. S-O-V-L. It's a free game on stream, and it's essentially, yeah, they're paying me, everybody that plays it. No, I just had a lot of fun playing it. It's free Warhammer Fantasy. No, this is not green contrast over black. This is dark silver, and I'm just trying to tint this blade a little bit. We're gonna be covering it with like rust and everything. I'm trying to mimic the effect they use a little bit on the Studio Mini. Just telling about Sovl last night. Yeah, what is up with this game getting popular? Yeah, I got it yesterday and had a ton of fun with it. So. Let's see. And I. Take a little bit dark ivory here. So I didn't zenith all this dude ahead of time. We're just going to do some old-fashioned highlights. Played any of the Snarling Badger games? I am really interested in playing Death Wizards. Death Wizards looks like a lot of fun. I haven't played anything else from them, though. But no, I looked into Death Wizards. It looked cool. When it comes to like fantasy settings, like necromancers and stuff are always like the coolest thing to me. So a whole game based on the fact that you play as a necromancer is right up my alley. Cool, enjoying Death Wizards. Okay. Starting to catch fire from there. See, yeah, no. You weren't doing traditional highlights with enamel paint or anything? Straight up acrylics, huh? Oh, that's cool. See, it seems like a game I could get the whole family playing. Like, me, the painting wife, and the painting son all just playing a game of Death Wizards. Layer oil paint, enamel lacquer, dry blending combo. Yeah. Okay, yeah. There's the Gosu we know. And Fear. Yep, this is what is it? It's a Karen Wraith. That's what this mini is. I'm not giving the paint any time to dry, so. Karen Wraith argues with workers and demands managers. Oh, the Karen. Yeah, the Karen Wraith. Yep. That's what we got. Okay, the sword's in a good spot, so I can't. The brown intake. Oh, cool. All right. Okay, we'll give that a minute. We'll do another coat of this ivory here. Your greedy and print a crowded plate. It all prints. Oh, nice. Nice. Hopefully it all turned out well. Any of you guys talking about the tourney over the weekend? Yes, so Zen and I I think we're gonna try to record the podcast episode today, like right after stream. That's our plan. And that should be up for Patreon members maybe this evening or tomorrow. Yeah, so if you want to hear about the tournament and our thoughts about it and everything, we'll go into it. And then after that podcast episode comes out, if you guys have other questions, something I have not talked about or something, happy to talk about it. But yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, I remember he mentioned that that you guys played a game of Combat Patrol. He said he thought it was kind of funny because like he's like, it seems like you know all like the 30k rules, but it's so different from 40k. Yeah. Okay, put you back. We'll put you back. Okay, we need some orange. Vehicle Siana's a wreck, or yeah. See, and Zen spent that podcast episode complaining about how 30k rules make no sense to him. But in reality, he's the one who's crazy. Calm down, Oberion, alright? It's making a joke. Yeah, no, I know you're serious. It's alright. I know how all you gamer nerds are. Not fooling me. Okay, cool. Rusty blade, and there's one last thing I want to do with this blade. This brush, get this paint. Trailer I saw was out. I haven't watched it yet. I saw it was like Denzel Washington and Pedro Pascal and everything. It's a weird like cast for Gladiator. Looks kind of boring. Okay. Yeah, there was kind of a golden age in the early 2000s for like historical fiction dramas. It is not anymore. Immortals. I'm trying to think of Immortals. Can't think of what movie that was. Henry Cavill kill. Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah. I think they just nailed the special effects. Yeah, yeah. Kingdom of Heaven was always like my favorite of that era. And it wasn't until like 6 or 7 years ago I watched the like director's cut of that movie that is just 10 times better than the theatrical movie. Okay, let's get some a little bit of burgundy here. Yeah, 13th Warrior was incredible with Antonio Banderas. Yeah, we used to hang out. A buddy of mine had that on like VHS, and we would hang out and watch that movie. At his house or whatever. Yeah, that was a good one. Some dark burgundy mixed with red oxide to paint some cloth. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I realized red oxide is a nice like 50-50 between burnt red and bold pyrrole. Really sits right there, which is nice. Yeah, it is definitely a little closer to the pyrrole, but it's nice. I was actually the other day I was working on some highlights and I did that mix with the burnt red and the bold pyrrole, and I was like, wait a minute. How's this red oxide compare? And I put it down next to it. I was like, that is nearly identical. I have not seen The Green Knight, no. Was that one good? It looked cool. I just never got around to watching it. paints by Ammo and make try it out. Got 3 last month. Really pleased with their performance. Oh, okay, interesting. That's cool. Big. Similar vibes to 13th Warrior. Okay, cool. Second coat of burgundy before I do anything else. This cloak is going to be like a whole thing. I do, let's see which color. I have to dig around and find my speed paint. I think it's this one. No, it's not that one, it's the other one. There it is. Okay, it's Pallid Bone. Pallid Bone. My paint racks are too far from me, guys. Be Act 1, nice, nice. Okay, this is just a start. The old skeleton stuff, but get that on. Have you used a cannon yet, Zen? Cannons are overpowered in that game, which cannons are overpowered in Warhammer Fantasy, so... Go use a cannon. Okay. One thing they don't explain that I learned last night is if you charge into the rear of a formation, they don't get to attack back. So if you're able to get around the instead of doing a flank, get to the rear, you only get a +1 bonus on your combat resolution, just like the flank. But the fact they can't hit back is big. It means everybody you kill is an extra point.
It's clean. It's cold. Now that's what I call high quality H2O.
Some good water. Hydration formation, that's right. Good stuff. Okay. Next. Well, I guess we just start highlighting, right? I can make this a little more interesting, though. Yeah, let's make this highlight a little more fun. It's going well here, Pone. How are you doing, man? Finished up painting some Necrons I was working on Sunday, and now I have undead guys here. I guess just this Cairn Wraith. Wasn't able to get everything assembled and primed for the commission I have to do, so just doing this today, and then tomorrow I'll be back at it with another actual commission. So if I can finish a few minis today, feel good. Not bad. Good man. I see you're painting your Cerastus Knight, your spear. It's all on Discord, looking good. So I mixed just a tiny bit of dark turquoise in this black. Start pulling this turquoise down as a highlight. If we can't get a little bit of blue. Everything except for OSL. Nice, nice. I was gonna varnish and then just do OSL varnish again. That's solid, man. That's really cool. The thing I'm trying to do with this turquoise color as I build it up. At the bottom of the cloth, I'm trying to put it a lot heavier. So that means, you know, leaving less shadows, fewer shadows. They get closer to those points. It's very much like a feel thing. Like you have to just kind of visualize what you're doing and do it. Not that you can, like, unless I'm doing like glazing and stuff, which I'm not. I'm just straight up pulling highlights. I put matte varnishes over metallics. I actually like the matte look on my minis. Certain metallics though looks better than others. Sometimes it ends up just looking grainy if you're using kind of lower quality metallics. Use for bone. So this bone is not done yet, but it was just a dark ivory from Pro Acryl and then pallid bone from Army Painter's Speed Paint. Top. Yeah, bone from Pro Acryl is really good. Certainly agree with that. Definitely need to order. Yeah, Pro Acryl stuff is good, man. Well, eliminating metallics is doable, but whenever you're layering varnishes up. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously it depends on the finish you're going for, too, and everything. Like, if you really want the metal to show through, then obviously you're not going to. Much matte varnish over it. Like my Necrons, I like how they look with the matte varnish, even though they're all metals. Just look better in my opinion. Okay, let's keep going. Less skills on one to make pop. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, going back and highlighting the metal is a great way of doing it too. Yeah, it definitely doesn't have to shine. Yep. Dark bronze is a really good color. What you can do also with Pro Acryl. Well, first of all, there's actually a coupon code if you type in !PA. I have an actual affiliate link to Pro Acryl, and you can get 5% off your order. But also, if you thank you, Gosu. If you order any 8 paints that you want directly from their website, you get the bundle discount as if you're buying like an expansion. So don't feel like if there's only 1 or 2 colors you want out of each of those sets, don't feel like you have to order a bunch of different sets. I mean, I own all their paints and I love them. But, you know, different people have different purposes for their, you know, for painting and everything. But order 8 paints and you get the bundle discount. Dark turquoise is an incredible color. Science gave him a wash on the Night Lancer, yeah. The oil washes look so good. They're way easier to kind of make work, I guess, than you would really think. I understand you put all those hours into that giant mini, big expensive mini. Makes sense to be a little nervous. Citadel paints for my first go. Didn't see anything would look good on bone. Make ink and wash it out, yeah. Yeah, there's probably... I mean, it's all kind of like interpretation with making a bone color work too, because it's like, you know, how dirty, how bleached, how, you know, old or new is the bone, and it's really about finding something that you know, you like. Okay. Or more dark turquoise. Alright, let's go another step brighter. Any type of ivory white color sepia wash will get you... Yeah. It's kind of like the standard, right? It's an ivory color with... sepia. I wonder if I can mix a little white blue into this. Let's try that. Let's try it. Just a little bit. Desaturates it, gives it that little bit of a glow. These old Warhammer Fantasy minis are so quick to paint. You're back, no problem. Right. Let's try one more little highlight on this and then we'll go on to the next color. All right, I am happy with that cloak. Not quite as an extreme. Looks a little desaturated on camera, but definitely is not. Right on. Taking some brown wash. Running it over the bones and I think the brown. Your burgundy as well. Decide that in a moment. What red is that? The red I have is burgundy by Pearl Crow. It's just the base coat so far. You guys are using this to make me nervous to paint? Doing what? Are you we're used to this? Yeah. Well, there's definitely an element of like brush control. Like your body learns the movements and everything. You get more comfortable as you go. I paint relatively fast. So, did you win the run, Zen? Doesn't sound like you won the run. Not gonna come out the way I expect. Yeah, that's fine. That's alright. Minis don't come out the way I expect either. Look, that's a pretty rare thing. Oh, you lost around two. You got some Pistoliers, the Imperial Light Cavalry. Yeah. So you unlock some stuff anyway. That's cool, though. Yeah. Bring this down a bit. Yeah, well, thank you, and just keep in mind, I've been doing this for 20 plus years, so I have quite a bit of experience. What are you using for rust? So what I did was I found basically the spots where I want the rust, and I took some Pearl Curl Black Brown and a little bit of like stippling is what it's called. It's kind of like using a brush. You take off some of the paint and you kind of just kind of poke the brush where you want it. And then when that was dry, I have like an orange, any kind of bright orange works. And you almost dry brush it on, or you kind of put it inside those brown areas. So the brown kind of sits outside, because the rust will be like brown and then it kind of gets like the bright orange, and you get kind of the difference in there. But yeah, you just pick up the spots around like the rusted like pox basically. Zen, we should play some multiplayer at that game sometime. That game has multiplayer and you can play online. I saw people play tournaments also, which is funny. No thanks. So I'll help you through it. I'll help you figure out, learn some things about the game. Yeah, it's definitely like old like Warhammer tactics. Alright, so we're waiting on some things to dry for a minute here. TPD Soval Cup, yeah. Dude, games take like 15 minutes. That'd be great. I'm happy with how this mini's turning out. I sit in a block of skeletons. But, you know, we finish this mini, that'd be 7 minis finished today. That'd be pretty nice. Alright. Dry, wash, dry. Right. We could probably get 2. Small brush here. We're going to highlight this to make it look like actual wood grain. Try to use lines. That up. Okay. And one more highlight. Let's do one more highlight on this wood. I don't know if you guys can see it kind of getting a wood grain texture on it. All right. Got something else dry. Let's see. Burgundy stuff looks pretty dry. So let's get back to our burgundy. I think what I'm going to do mix in some ivory with this burgundy. What's this mini used for? This mini is the square base. The actual mini you buy, it's part of the Age of Sigmar line. The faction is called Night Haunt. But I am using it for vampire counts for Warhammer the Old World. It's called a Cairn Wraith. It's a ghost. It's like a Grim Reaper ghost. And he's a hero mini. So he is just like a single dude that you buy. He can attach himself to other units in your army and he's not like a super good combatant or anything. His big thing is that he causes terror, which has a chance to really hinder the enemy army based on their morale or their leadership. But I got him because he looked cool. I don't have a lot of heroes for my Vampire Counts army yet, so getting the Skaven, nice. Yeah, for Age of Sigmar. Well, they got all their new revamps, right? Is that this coming weekend? All that stuff comes out. Hey, welcome back again. Well, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I don't play Age of Sigmar, but... yeah, I got this guy for, Warhammer Fantasy for the old world. What big hunt. Welcome back. Abandoned deck on Black Stakes, yeah. I did a bunch of runs on the checkered deck. And I got up, I can't remember which stake, but I got over halfway through the stakes on the checkered deck. But at some point, like getting flush hands, it's like you can't like win, basically. You can't get past the stuff. I guess you can, you just haven't. Oh, you don't have checkered yet? Okay. Checkered's really good. That's the half spades, half hearts. It's easy mode. It's really easy mode for a lot of the early ones. The best thing to get for the checker deck is +1 to your hand size, because then you get 9 cards and you're guaranteed at least a flush every hand. And there's a joker that, there's all kinds of crazy combos, but there's a joker that adds, I did a run with this, a joker that adds +3 hands that you can play, but it takes away all your discards. And then I had the copy joker that copies the one to the right, and I put that next to that one. So I would start around with +6 hands that I could deal, but 0 discards. And then I would move that copy joker around depending on what I was going with. And what I did was I focused on hearts, because I have a joker that you get a times 1.5 multiplier per heart that you play. So I would play hearts, and then I had the ×3 multiplier for every club or spade in your hand after you played your cards. So depending on what my hand was, I would copy one of those. And it would just, like, I would score so many points on a flush because it was just a crazy amount of multipliers. Alright, let's highlight some of this bone. Still learning, and the kiddo and I are doing our first army. We'll learn as we go. That's awesome. Yeah. Just, you know, enjoy it. Just realize you're probably going to get rules wrong, and don't, you know, don't hold it against someone if they're getting rules wrong whenever you play. My favorite mini I've ever completed was Magnus the Red. Primarch of the Thousand Suns Legion. The 30k version. I put more time in that mini than I have anything else. And he's the only one of my minis that actually has a... he's in like a box on my display shelf. Yes, there are differences between 30k and 40k minis. Especially the Primarchs, because, you know, the Primarchs are out in 30k. If they're Trader Primarchs, you know, they're demons now. Where they were just like, you know, they're human-ish selves. That's all good. That's nothing wrong with not knowing that. Yeah, there's a game, if you look on the GW website, there's a game called The Horus Heresy, and it's Warhammer 30k, is what that is. Focusing on, you know, the big civil war. Yeah, so the Trader Primarchs, you know, they join Chaos, and pretty much all of them turn into demons. They get anointed with, like, demon princehood, basically. And so it changes everything about them. Yeah, something else I have to do. How you doing, Shrek Lover Toes? What's up? Do quite well. Cool. Yeah. It's alright. You type like I do. I type like a toddler when I'm, yeah. Especially when I'm in, like someone's Twitch or whatever. Like, it's so bad. Yeah, I'm doing well. Just trying to finish minis, or I guess paint minis. Started and finished this guy in about the past hour. This is not Age of Sigmar, sir. These bases are square. See that? This is the old world. Yeah, yeah. Very tempted to kit bash with the sisters, putting together Khorne, make it look a little more evil. Oh, okay, alright. Sisters that, like, Khorne influence Sisters of Battle. That sounds crazy. Happy with how this guy has turned out. The map varnish will help this a little more sense. Back from Warhammer World last week, I did a tournament. Oh, sweet. What game did you play? I played a tournament this past weekend as well, in 40k. Trying to get his eyes to dry out. So I can do the last bit of color on him before we go ahead and base him. I love how simple fantasy minis are. It's great. 40k, nice. What army were you playing? Tau, okay, Farsight, nice, nice. You didn't use a single crisis suit? You know what? Oh, okay. How many actual battle suits did you use, though? Did you use any battle suits? Just no crisis suits, or just no suits in general? And Loki, I agree with you. I wish they would expand other factions, but... they look nice, not what I want. That's fair. Yeah. Tight Ghost Side, Ghost Keel, Broadside, Stealth Battlesuits, and Farsight. Okay, yeah, so you did use plenty of battle suits, just no crisis suits. I do not like the Riptide. Well, so I collected Tau in 3rd edition. They were my first 40k army. I got their brand new codex. It was their first codex. I still have it. And I read through that codex so many times, like the lore and everything. So the lore from the 3rd edition codex is like ingrained in me. Obviously before Riptides and Ghost Keels and all that stuff. But one of the things they really emphasized with how Tau conducted warfare was it was always combined arms. And it was always like they're trying to be fast and stealthy with everything they do. That's like the Kuyan, like that's the whole philosophy of you set up the defensive position like the ambush and you wait for the enemy to come to you, right? Like that's like the style of warfare. And they had so they had broadside battle suits, which were like the cool Zoid looking ones with the big like the big like shoulder railguns and everything. But their whole idea was like they encounter like a human titan and they laugh about it. They're like, you have this giant machine, we have a broadside with 2 railguns on it that'll each punch a hole through the titan. Like, we don't need to make the giant titan-sized things because we can put the big gun, like we advance in technology so quick that we figure out a solution to the problem without having these big monstrosities. But GW around 5th edition really went the way of every army needs a giant centerpiece model, and so they made the Riptide. Yeah, railguns are amazing. Yeah, they're so cool. Yeah, it's just like it goes against like the whole idea of lore, like their original lore. And I understand, like, GW makes up the lore, so it doesn't matter. But still, like, I like the idea of Tau with like mechanized infantry and like setting traps for your enemy and all that kind of stuff. Having a mobile army that can punch pretty hard and that can take a bit of a hit, not quite like Guard or Eldar. Like a less extreme version of Eldar. Not as fast, not as fragile, doesn't hit as hard kind of thing. But then you have the suits that can support, and like, the crisis suits can like fill a gap. Like you don't have enough anti-infantry, so you take burst cannons and flamethrowers. Hey, Mr. Deloyal. In your opinion, which faction is least I don't even know. Age of Sigmar factions. Hold on. Let me see. Let's take a look. So far, I'm thinking the Ideneth Deepkin. Maybe Ideneth Deepkin. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna say the Deepkin, Ideneth Deepkin. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah. I never hear anybody talking about them, collecting them, like nothing. Never hear anything about the Deepkin. More from Vol and Celestine to show up one day in the mail. Nice, Nova, nice. Both those are 2 very cool minis. Everything in the Sisters army is awesome in the new codex. Yeah, they like ride sharks and seahorses and big sea turtles and stuff like that. And they were made by Techless, and they don't have souls or something. Like, it's all... Yeah. I will say... the Idoneth Deepkin look better than the Lumineth. I think the Lumineth Realm Lords look incredibly dumb. They're like kangaroo riding soldiers and the giant, like, hold on, what they have, the big goat man statues, and like, I think that is, those are awful. The one cool mini for the Lumineth is the Eltharion mini. Who is that? Where is he? Hold on. The Light of Eltharion. Yeah, that's the cool Lumineth mini. Everything else I think looks like trash. Over-exaggerated high elves. Yeah, GW just stopped caring about Idoneth, right? 200 point fleet. Let's see. Fleet commander. Okay, it's Outer Rim, so you're not doing commanders then, right? That's what that looks like. Most Wanted is an amazing objective. Fighter Ambush is not so good an objective. Dangerous Territory is pretty good. Victory 2, Disposable Capacitors. Okay, yeah, getting those blue dice at long range. Quad Bats. MS1. Where are the MS1s? What the MS1 ion cannons are. You're pulling out ion cannons. What is this crazy stuff? Let's see. Okay, choose one to exhaust. MS1s aren't very good, but I don't know if you're looking for a critique, but no, it's all cool. I mean, it's a 2-point upgrade, so and you're working with 200 points. Ordnance Expert, External Racks. Yeah, that's perfect for a Raider. If you want, okay, all right, a good 2-point upgrade. Let me make sure here. It is, holy cow. Yeah, okay. Oh, he's 3 points. Dang. You're exactly on 200? Okay. If you had an extra point, I'd say the Darth Vader boarding team on the Raider. Okay, squadrons. 3 TIE Fighters, a TIE Defender, Tempest. Okay, yeah. That'll be fun. If you're playing 200 points, you're playing on a small board, your victory is going to do a bunch of damage. Victories are normally not really good because they're slow and they turn like a pig and their weapons aren't great. But yeah, when you're dealing with like a board where your enemy can't just like run a circle around you. Blood Rack, Viper, Endless looks cool. And I got a feeling I had to do, yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Alright. One more thing on this guy, and then we'll base him real quick, and then we might just call it for the day. Raging, let me know how the game goes. I am really excited to hear about your first game of Armada. I am super excited. All right. Some glowy green eyes to fit in with the rest of the army. He's not a vampire or necromancer. Yeah, those big like kind of close-in bruiser ships, like Imperial ships, really are really good in smaller games because they're durable, and like the Victory is like perfectly suited. Even like the Victory 1 is really good because it has a bunch of black dice. It's cheaper and it's a lot harder to outmaneuver your opponent. Like you can't even like fake out or like try to telegraph something different with like your deployment. It's a 3x3 board, so you know it's easier to cut people off and to get those close range shots. Simply had to pause for about an hour and a half while helping a CCT problem. That's lame, Oberion. Lame. Stupid work. Alright. we are going to get our basing material back out. Put this on real quick. That's it, guys. Just this Gaming Scenics fast drying basing glue. That needs about 10 minutes to dry. Let's say, Larry punch in and do 20 minutes paperwork, prep, and then, yeah, that's true. Alright, and then this is my basing material for my vampire counts. It's still base ready, it's the same brand, it's just like a pine forest material. There's some flock, there's some larger stones, some sticks in there, so it's really nice when it comes out, when you see like the finished result, but it's also a lot finer. This is like a ground cover one. The actual purpose of this is for like making boards. This is supposed to be like under a forest floor, like a pine forest, but I don't, not bothering with that. One thing I do have to do that I almost forgot, take this guy off of stand, or else I won't be able to dip him in the basing material. These endless spells. I'll go look up these endless spells that Oberion's talking about. Oh, it's like the snake one and like the blood swords and everything. That's cool, yeah. Huh. A bunch of blood magic. Doing the snake right now? Okay, cool. Well, Cain surely does love blood, so that was appropriate. A 100 mil base. Oh, so that's big. That's pretty big then. That's cool. So this should need between 5 and 10 minutes. We're going to watch the edges, and you can see it's just barely starting. Edges will start to dry out a little bit and turn clear. And when it's clear all around the edges, we'll know it's time for this guy to dipped into the basing material. Maybe tonight, might be able to get to a point where I can varnish all these guys tonight. I have to seal them. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, that's just what we're waiting on. Tomorrow when I varnish all these minis. Feels good though. Painted Finished up 7 minis. That's pretty solid for like one stream, right? And tomorrow we're going to be painting a bunch of Zangors. That should be fun. We're going to try to make them a little more like the box art. So we'll be playing around with like blues and golds and reds and everything. So it should be a lot of fun. Before we start, yeah, that's fine. I figured, I'll probably be ending stream in a little bit. I'm gonna take a little bit. I'm probably gonna eat and everything too, and then we can go record our podcast. I'll let you know when I'm ready. Yeah, it will do. A little better. He will look best once he has his varnish and he's completely done. I will show him to you guys. Oh no, I put some, hold on. Just found a mistake. Okay. There we go. All good. Put my wet palette lid back on. And is he about ready? I mean, it's just starting to turn clear. We're probably good. I don't have a lot of big like stones on this one, so you don't have to wait as long. But this is all you do. You guys ready? Here it is. That's it. I will let this go. I will seal it, and then it'll be varnished. It'll look a little darker than it does now. But guy's done. Boom. So we finished a couple Necrons, 6 Necrons, different destroyer minis. We got some Scorpex that we finished as well, and then we painted this nice little Night Haunt or Cairn Wraith, Vampire Count's Cairn Wraith. So awesome. Zen, if you are still there, would you mind getting a raid ready? I don't know if you actually just left to go eat lunch or not, but if not, that's okay. I think we'll just call it for the day then. Okay, kick out of this. I have two-headed Garfield statue, and these guys in this league want to use it as a trophy. You should, man. You should. We used to have a trophy in I had like a really big friend group that would all play 40k, and we kind of used whatever terrain we could, and we had a trophy. We called it Sister Sue, and it was from an old Lord of the Rings kit, and it was a like a statue, and it's a statue you see in the movies of like this guy. It's like a really thin statue it's like a guy that's hooded and has a beard, and we painted it gold and silver, and it was like our trophy for like our Apocalypse games. Whichever team won the Apocalypse games would get the Sister Sue trophy or whatever. I still have that. It's still painted the same and everything. It's great. I would never get rid of Sister Sue. But yeah. I think we're gonna call it there today. You guys have a wonderful day. Raja, good to see you. Good to see Choach, everybody. Loki, great chatting with you, man. And yeah, I'll be back on tomorrow at about 10 a.m. and we'll be painting Zangors. So be ready for it, guys. Bye, everybody. Bye, Pone.